on, everybody? This is Johnny Pompous, and welcome to the Johnny Pompous Show. Today, I am going to be talking to a man named Kamillion. And before we bring him on, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about him. He's actually new to our group. He just joined KINCE probably a couple of months ago. He reached out to us, and it's actually the first time that we've recruited somebody who's been in other groups. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring him out. Mr. Kamillion, do we have you on the line, sir?
You should.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Everything seems like it's working then. Damn satellite has not failed us today yet, but knock on wood. This, I'm sure the studio is not using like up to date Johnny Pompous approved equipment, so you never know. So, Kamillion, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody out there a little bit about yourself?
Well, just like Johnny said, I'm a chameleon. I've been in the business for 16 years. Um, I got my start back in 2006. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of people don't like who trained me, but it is what it is. It was Mitch Ryder. From there, I went to Danny Walker. Actually, Danny Walker is the one that gave me my big break with XCW. Um, And from there, man, I mean, it just 16 years in the business. I've been all over 26 states, and uh, it's been a long career for me. And I'm hoping, with joining y'all, hopefully I can do another at least 10 to 16 more years.
It sounds like you've accomplished a lot, truthfully. And when you say, hopefully by joining us, you can continue on with your career, I wouldn't say us, but, as long as you're near me, everything should be fine because, just kind of greatness rubs off. Not that you're not great. I've actually followed a lot of your stuff over the years, and truthfully, you're a very exceptional worker. Very, very talented wrestler. So, me personally, I'm excited about having you on the roster for two reasons. Number one, I feel like you're going to bring a lot of variety that's been missing to the show. It's been, the same guys for years and years and years, and there's just so much monotony. So there's that. And then number two, I've beaten everybody on the current roster. Never had the pleasure of working with you, so hopefully sometime down the road we can get that booked. But you said you've been in the business for 16 years. That is a long stretch. That is a very long stretch. What was it that got you excited about becoming a wrestler in the very beginning? Like what drew you to it?
Um, it would have to go back to my stepdad um, taking me to the Louisville Gardens in Louisville, fortunately, every Tuesday night. And, unfortunately, getting to see Jerry the King Lawler, Bill Dundee. Actually, when I was around 5 or 6, I can remember going to see Bill Dundee and uh, over at the Gardens, and I can remember him asking me. I was probably about 6. He asked me, he said, "What would you want to do in your life?" And ever since I was a young child, I knew professional wrestling is where I wanted to go. Um, to a story that tells you how really what got me into it is when you're 7 years old and you're using your parents' money to go to every show that came to Louisville. I just really got into it, and at an early age, I knew this is what I wanted to do.
You've got a clear answer to that. Truthfully, that's at a young age, you were introduced to wrestling and you had a good idea that's what you wanted to do, and you are living that today. So there's there's something to be said about that. That's a hell of a drive and a lot of respect there for you. Um, what would you say the highlight of your career has been, or do you feel like you've reached the highlight of your career yet?
Man, I'll be honest. I don't know if I've reached the highlight of my career yet right now, but uh, unfortunately, there's more stuff I would love to do uh, if I was given the opportunity. Uh, but just with 16 years in, I would say one of the highlights was wrestling Bobby Eaton.
Bobby Eaton.
Yes,
That's notable. That is highly notable. I mean,
and
he's definitely one of the greats.
yes, he is. And the thing is any wrestler that says they're not nervous going in that ring every night, they're lying. Uh, but man, when you
Or
face
they're Johnny
somebody,
Pompous.
or they're Johnny Pompous. But when you face somebody like a Bobby Eaton, and you're only like 3 4 years in, the whole way out, I was thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna mess this up. I'm gonna mess this up. He's gonna, he's just gonna kill me in the ring. I just like I've learned, keep your mouth shut, ears open. And man, after the match, he said, it was good, man. He said some of the people that I've wrestled and that only had the experience that you've had, they're shit. They're they're nowhere. And
I gotta say, truthfully, coming from him, that's a hell of a compliment. I would definitely be proud of that.
oh yeah, and I am.
Okay, so that is definitely a good highlight. You said that you don't feel like you've reached the highlight of your career yet, and there's still a lot of things that you want to do. What are some of those things? Like, what are you looking to accomplish? Let's say in the next 5 years.
Man, I tell you what, in the next 5 years, one of the highlights I would love to really knock off the list is going over to Australia. I've actually sat and watched some of them guys over there on YouTube, and I'm just like, I think I can give them the same. Their kind of style is kind of what I like doing, and I really would love to go to Australia.
Okay, well, we will definitely do everything we can to support all your efforts. Um, Now let me go ahead and say this: you're making your KINCE debut April 9th. We're doing a Rise of the Champions event, and I know the full card has not been released yet, um, but I know that some of the matches have been released. Like I know that there's going to be a battle royal type thing to open the show, which is cool. I've got mixed feelings on battle royals, but we're not going to go there. And I believe your match has been released as well. Um, that's it's completely up to you if you want to get into it. Let everybody know. You certainly don't have to, but if you would like to get into it, um, what is that match?
Oh, I mean, it's me and Nelson Bradshaw. I mean, we've we've wrestled before, and I mean, whenever you wrestle Nelson Bradshaw, you really got to be on your A game. Nelson is a hell of a wrestler. Um, to be a big guy, I've seen Nelson do some stuff that you don't see in the independents. And yeah, so it's on April 9th. It's me and Nelson, and I really hope that we will give the fans what they came to see.
I have no doubt. I've actually got Nelson Bradshaw booked on this show. He's going to be on the podcast Wednesday, the 12th, this coming Wednesday. So, we might hear his side of things, but I do know that you've had several matches with Nelson in the past. I've actually had a couple of matches with Nelson in the past myself, and you're not wrong. For a bigger guy, he doesn't operate like most bigger guys do in the ring. He's not super duper slow. He's pretty well balanced. He knows his way around the ropes. I'll just say that.
Most definitely. We one thing about me and Nelson, we grew. We came up in the same league. We were basically, I mean, I was already in for a few years. Like I said, when I got the Danny Walker tucked me under his wing.
He's a good man too, by the way.
Yes, he is. That's where I met Nelson Bradshaw, and from there, we made. I would say with XCW, me and Nelson has made history.
Well, let's go ahead and just assume that come April 9th, you guys are going to do it again. That's my prediction of the match. I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and say who I think would win in that match with you guys, but I can definitely say it's going to be one for the ages. It's going to be a good match.
Oh yeah, and I can't sit here and say that I'm gonna win or he's gonna win. Man, I tell you, me and Nelson have done some good shows, and I I can't speak for Nelson, but I can probably say we respect each other.
That's good. I mean, that's if you can have respect for your fellow workers, I mean that's always a good thing. That's definitely a plus. One thing that I like to do when we get new people is I like to go ahead and ask, because you're coming into the roster like you've not worked with this particular roster, for a long period of time. Is there anybody on the active roster currently that either you have, just going to say it, that you have beef with or they have beef with you? Is there any bad blood at all between you and anybody on the roster?
Uh, no, I can't really say there's anybody that I would have beef with or bad blood. There is a few of them that I've listened to and stuff that I would like to maybe get in the ring with.
Oh, color me intrigued.
Um, you know, your guest of last week, Epic Rider, he seemed like he's pretty confident of what he brings to the table. So, I mean, in the near future, I would like to see maybe a Kamillion versus Epic Rider. Uh, and like you mentioned, maybe a Kamillion versus Johnny Pompous.
I mean, I think definitely in the near future we could probably swing both of those. Um, okay. Now for the people at home listening, let's talk about some of your injuries. I know you're actually coming off of a pretty bad neck injury. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, man. Uh, I tell you. Well, I went up to do a flip, and the guy who unfortunately was supposed to be there to, help me do that, only thing I remember is not catching me, and
Oh,
I couldn't move.
so you had a nobody home moment.
Nobody's at home. So I knew my neck was injured because it's like I couldn't move and everything. But only I could hear him say, "Dude, your momentum, you were coming down way too fast." And I'm, well, accidents happen in this business, and I don't hold it to them. Unfortunately, with somebody with the years that I've had, with him only being what they like to use in wrestling terms of a greenhorn, I should have known not to do something like that. But supposedly he's had matches before. I don't want to go in detail on who it was,
Oh,
but
that's fine.
he was supposed to have matches before, and he's hit that spot many a times. He said he was comfortable with it. Well, the time that it happened, flipped. Well, where I flipped just enough for him to catch me, my neck was bent when it hit the ring.
Oh, and how long did it take you to recover from that?
Oh man, it's been at least it's been like 18 months, and
18 months.
I mean, I could have got in before that. Unfortunately, with everything in the world going on right now, the COVID hit and
Yes,
everything,
sir.
I could have gotten in 6 months ago. So I covered after about 12. really, I probably was done before that. It just, I was scared. I've really been working on the neck and everything, and uh, I believe my neck is better, and I'm ready to get back in it.
Well, I'm glad that you're still with us. I'm glad that you're still able to compete because I mean that would have been very very tragic had you not been able to keep going after that. I mean, there's nothing worse than finding something that you love to do with passion and then it just being ripped away from you, and then you have to kind of sit on the sidelines and just dream of what if and regret. Um, have there been any other injuries in your past that have been you know you know I guess that made you slightly fearful that they could have ended things for you?
Um, I've had a shoulder injury. That's been about 6 years ago. I I hit a move with a bigger guy, um, and it was actually the frog splash, and he was real big. As soon as I hit the frog splash, I hit him. I basically flipped off of him, and my shoulder just popped out of socket, and it ripped the muscle off.
Oh,
Yeah, that
had it
one
not been had it not been for the muscle tearing, I would just say that you could have just walked over to the turnbuckle and kind of lethal weapon your shoulder back into place.
probably that one was my arm was straight, but my shoulder was about I don't know maybe 2 inches back. It
Ooh,
it it looked like something from a zombie movie.
yeah, that does not sound pleasant at all.
I've I've never seen a grown man cry in the ring.
Yeah, I mean they make icy hot, but sometimes it's just not quite enough.
Right.
Okay, all right. So let me let me ask you this. I want to get back on your upcoming match with Nelson Bradshaw. Um, from everything that I've seen in the past with you guys don't seem like you're on bad terms or anything like that. It just seems like you guys work well together, and it just seems like you guys happen to face off quite a bit.
Yeah, we've wrestled at like I say it. We wrestled at a lot of promotions. Um, it if I walked in the locker room and Nelson was there, me and him would shake hands the first thing and say, "What are we going to do tonight?" Because we know it's probably going to be us.
Well, you're going to be since you're a part of our roster now. Truth be told, I mean, obviously April 9th, it's you and Nelson. But I can say after that, we don't. Our company is more. They want to see variety. They don't want to see the same two people all the time. So I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to you to seeing you working with some of these other guys, especially some of the guys that we're going to be bringing in after April. I think you're going to be a fantastic addition to KINCE for sure. And you're definitely going to be, because I've been talking about this for years about how it just seems like the quality of our people. Um, I mean, I know they can't all be me. I know, but the thing is, it's going to be nice to see some actual talent. Rather than people like backdoor David Williams and Doll Cave and when people of that caliber. So it's going to be nice to see somebody coming in who's got some flair and some actual talent. It's going to be refreshing.
Right, right. And I'm glad to be a part of it. And
Um, David or Kamillion, it looks like we've got someone trying to call in. Um, give me just. We're gonna take this and see what's going on. Hello, you are on the Johnny Pompous show.
Hi. Uh, I just wanted to say, you got the backwoods broke ass backwards. It's America backwards broke dick.
We've got a poor connection, but that sounds like Epic Rider.
Oh, it is Epic Rider with the backwoods broke dick.
It's America backwards.
How you
All right.
doing?
I was gonna say, do you got a
Good.
question for Chameleon here?
Yeah. Uh, actually, it's more of a suggestion. You know, you said I've been listening. You said something about maybe having a match with me if you further down the line. I think we should do that. I think we can bring that up.
So I'm sorry, Epic Rider. This is you. We have a really bad connection with you. I don't think the phone call here is like quite syncing up correctly. So I don't know about Chameleon, but I did not catch what you just said.
I caught a brief part of it, but the part that I did catch is I think he said that he would accept a match from me.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, hey, um, that's something that you got to get a hold of a booker, and I mean April 9th, my focus is more on Nelson Bradshaw, but hey, I mean in the near future, I mean I accept. I mean I'll take your challenge.
you
I
guys heard it here.
I really listened to the broadcast with you and him last week, and man, I give you credit, man. You know, any new talent or whatever that comes into the in the business, just remember it's my yard.
I remember that.
I'm just saying, you were talking. Chameleon was talking about your confidence earlier, Epic Rider, but with that statement he just made, I'm going to say the confidence shifted just a little bit towards his favor with that statement of, this is my yard. This is his domain. I'd watch out. But you guys heard it here. That was definitely a challenge and a challenge accepted right there.
Well, I'm
And
gonna get back to my drinking.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in there, Epic Rider, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Yep.
you never know what's going to happen on a Johnny Pumpkin show.
No, no, clearly we do not.
You
Well, that'll
know,
be exciting.
and like I said, these young talents that are coming in and everything. I respect them because I mean, you got people, and I hate using this word, man. I really hate using this word. It's like, I hear it all the time, and I'm sure any wrestler that's here that, oh, it's fake, it's fake. I mean, guys, it's not fake. I mean, if you want to step in the ring, it's not fake. I mean, I didn't fake a neck injury. I didn't fake my shoulder injury. Injuries happen. I mean, it's a hand-on sport. It's a tough sport to really focus on for 16 years.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people, just come off the street and go, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. My thought is always, do it. Get in there and get slammed. Get whipped into those ropes a couple times. Tell me you can still do it.
Right.
I think the ropes are like the biggest misconception that everybody has. They just think there's these bouncy, springy, little soft, cushiony things. No, no, they're not. They're
Yeah,
absolutely not.
yeah, it's definitely not. It's Well, I remember going through training and man, you hitting the ropes. If you hit them wrong, they're putting bruises on you.
Oh yeah, they hit back.
I mean, they do hit back. I mean, they really do.
Absolutely. So, Kamillion, we're almost out of time here. I want to go ahead and start the wrap up process. Is there anything currently, other than what we've talked about, that you have plans? Anything in the works for Kamillion that we should know about?
Uh, Not really. I mean, I do got some stuff in the works. It's not set in stone. I mean, I am going to be coming out with some new merch for this year
There you go.
uh, and stuff. And I mean, after this, interview, I think I got. Unfortunately, now I have to worry not only about Nelson Bradshaw, but Epic Rider. I think we're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
have
what it
to.
sounds like.
We're gonna have to figure out the date and everything. But that could be mentioned at a later date.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
But yeah,
absolutely. The people in charge of booking probably heard that, and I'm sure they're going to get to work on it. I have no doubt.
right. Unfortunately, there's other ones that I know that would love to have matches with me. Uh, of course, everybody, David Williams, he's
No,
reached
Lord.
out. But, you know, I think eventually, I tell you what, man, eventually, like you said, you beat the whole roster. And eventually, I got no doubt that I could probably, I'm not going to say I could beat the whole roster. I'm not cocky like that, but
I
I like
mean,
to,
have you seen our roster?
no, but I like to, I'm never going to turn down a match.
No,
Uh,
no, no, absolutely not.
and anybody wrestles, like I said, I respect them. So, I mean, if you want to wrestle Chameleon, then, I mean, I don't even know if I would want to wrestle myself, but it's, just got to bring the A game because I'm always on it.
Well, I personally am looking forward to seeing what you're going to be doing in KINCE. I have high hopes for you. Like I said, I've followed a lot of your career over the years. You have a lot of talent. You know, I think your future is very, very bright. Um, the only thing that I can say is, oh, well, you brought up that David Williams wants a match with you. All I'm going to say is, David, if you're listening out there, you really need to watch who you're issuing those challenges to, because you know your generic brand Cheerios and Mr. Chameleon here is like Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. The two don't go together.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned earlier, like people, me and Williams, we never had beef, but I don't know, like 10 years ago, he he did a little spot. Let me bring it up because David Williams is going to get real happy now, and he did bulldog me. Yes, he did. He did bulldog me.
No.
He jumped out from the apron of the ring into the ground.
Oh, so it was like a flying bulldog.
Yeah, like kind of like the underdog.
Okay.
He had his little cape on.
I'm actually shocked that he was able to pull that off, but I think he just earned a few little Johnny Pompous points.
Yeah, he brings it up a lot, but I mean, you know what? It's good. But I don't really think I was aware of what he was doing, so he kind of blindsided me. If I would have
Yeah, that
known,
makes more sense.
if I would have known, I don't think he would ever got the bulldog on me.
No, no, probably not. Not if you were paying attention to him. But I mean, he's one of those people that you don't really feel like you have to pay attention to.
Oh yeah, I mean, he, he he's definitely a character. I mean,
I mean, he is in his own right. And honestly, I'm talking a little bit of shit about Mr. Williams, but I will go ahead and say this: 2013, the Valentine's Day show that we did, it was me and him. I think that might have been like the only big event of our group that I did not main event. I did not main event that match, but I did face off with David Williams, and got to give him props. He beat me. He did beat me that day.
oh wow, you must have not ate your wings that morning,
Man, I was super tired. I was just exhausted.
right?
But
I've
no,
I've watched some of David Williams stuff. I give you credit. I give him credit. You know, he does have potential. It just there is some stuff that I believe that he does need work on, and I mean he. I mean I really he just needs work, but I mean he does have potential. I mean I give him credit. But I'm kind of waiting to see that Williams versus Epic Rider because that sounds like that's gonna be a match.
oh, absolutely. I think so as well. But Kamillion, we definitely are out of time now. We're actually just a couple of minutes over. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's been a good interview. It's been a good show, I think. Is there anything else that you want to leave our audience with today before we go?
Uh, just I mean, if they don't know who I am and they want to get to know who I am, look me up on YouTube. I have matches on YouTube. There's actually a Chameleon fan page that they can join, um, and just look for upcoming dates. And yeah, I mean, I'm happy that there is people out there that supports me because you really don't know in the wrestling business who's supporting who because they don't really, uh, there's really no way of them getting out, reaching out to me. So that's why I started the Kamillion page. And they can just follow me on there. I update, the merch. I update my dates. Unfortunately, there's no dates on there right now because um, I have not yet been given all the dates for my shows, but they will be on there. So yeah, I mean, just look me up on YouTube and just watch me.
All right, that sounds good. All right, everybody. This was the Johnny Pompous Show with special guest Kamillion. Hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time.